Sorry about that. Hopefully they come back. Alright. Well, if you're watching this later, we tried to do a live stream here a second ago, and it decided to do it vertically. And with us sitting side by side like this, we can't do it vertically. It wasn't going to work, so I ended it. We restarted it. Hopefully some people joined. There were 27 of you. Please come back. It's all right. Brock was one of them, and he hasn't even joined yet, so... 3. All right, there we go.
We're getting people.
Sorry about that, guys. Hi. Welcome back. Hi from South Africa. Thank you. Oh, Brock's going to read questions. I can't read. I'm driving.
I'm from Ashland.
Ashland, Ohio?
Doesn't say.
Probably Ashland, Ohio. I've been there. Not long ago. I was there.
On a conference call. Be with you shortly.
70 something? Does that say 70 something? Sweet. They're all back.
Hello from Indiana.
Hey, we're in Indiana.
That's where we're at. You in Australia now, eh?
Were we upside down?
Yeah, I know.
That's fine. Close enough. It's fine.
Howdy, Nathan Brock. How y'all doing? Doing good. Ready to be back home, though. It was a good 2 days.
Tired of walking.
Yeah, a lot of walking. Big show. They say I need a Mr. Spot shirt.
There we go. We can do that.
I
Missed a spot.
missed a lot of spots.
You have to read them all.
Yeah. I hope to bring warm weather back. Yeah. I was getting notifications on my phone that, back home it was level 2 and snow emergencies and stuff like that, which...
They have no idea what that means.
A lot of ice, a lot of snow, and...
In Ohio, I think it's all of Ohio, but at least in Northwest Ohio, the counties and the county sheriffs specifically can declare snow emergencies in the winter. There's 3 levels. Level 1 means, hey, the roads might have a little snow or ice on them and be a little slippery, be careful. Level 2 is, like, stay home. Don't go on the roads unless you absolutely have to. And level 3 is, the roads are closed. If you go out, we're going to arrest you and throw you in jail. Ish, something like that. Now, if you get, basically a level 3 is the roads are closed. If you go out and you get stuck in the ditch, they're not coming to rescue you. And if you cause an accident or something, you can be ticketed, and it's not a good deal. So, anyway, we made it to level 2 yesterday. It's back down to level 1 now, so it must not be so bad. But anyway, Louisville was not that warm. It's not that far south.
It's not. Warmer and not the ice that we had, but yeah, it's not hot by any means.
Yeah.
How long a drive do you have left?
I unplugged my phone.
2 hours?
Yeah, we're around 2 hours.
2 hours.
A little less maybe.
Yeah. Hello from Kansas. Howdy. I think we met some people from Kansas there.
We did.
Yeah.
Some people came up and said hi.
Hi from Valley.
Valley Irrigation.
Oh, awesome.
That worked.
Do you know when the plow day will be this year?
I don't know when the plow day will be.
Don't have a date. No. It'll be posted.
It's usually the first weekend in August, sometimes the last weekend in July. Kind of depends on what they're trying to schedule around. But
Yeah.
hour and a half left.
So how was it?
Show was good.
Big.
It's a big
It's
show.
big.
We didn't have anything too specific that we were looking for. The biggest thing is some stuff for my planter for the fertilizer system, and we found 3 or 4 or 5 different systems that we can look at there. So I got some literature on them. We'll have to go sort through that when I get back and try and figure out which the best option is at the most reasonable cost. And then what else? Yeah, just not really looking for any big equipment. Did talk to a lot of people, some of the different booths, got a little bit of information on a few things. But a lot of this trip for me is kind of a networking thing, right? It's fun to go and meet some of you guys that we saw there, and it's fun for me to go and meet some of the other ag YouTubers, social media people who, some of them know who I am, most of them have no freaking clue, but it's all right. We're getting there.
What's your favorite booth at the show?
Favorite booth? Well, we probably spent the most time in the John Deere booth. Probably not necessarily because it was such a great booth, but there's a lot of people there. The Farm for Profit guys were there. Zach was there, Millennial Farmer, so we were kind of watching some of what they were doing. Saw a few other people around there that was pretty cool. So, yeah, I don't know. The 360 guys have a really good booth with 360 rain machine there. That's always cool to check out and talk to them. They're big followers of the YouTube channel here. They were quite aware of what we've been doing. So good or bad feedback, they got it.
I don't know if I had one specific booth that was my favorite. Like Nathan said, it's the networking, it's the knowing people and stuff like that. That you go to these booths, and my first year coming here with Nathan, I don't know, it was a whole different ballgame, and now I'm starting to get into, hey, we're actually in the market for some of these things, or in the future could be in the market for some of these things.
There was we spent a lot of time yesterday talking to one of the grain cart manufacturers and their salesmen. They have cool stuff they're doing with grain carts, like a lot of really nice features. I have no interest in buying a grain cart anytime soon. We have an awesome grain cart. But when that time does come and it's time to look for one, I'll probably consider them. It might be 5 years from now, but all those things, they still matter.
Good afternoon, gents. Good afternoon to you. The guy, Andy, his name is a big fan.
Thank you. Yeah, Brock doesn't recognize any of your usernames. Sometimes I recognize them and know it, but he won't know any of them.
In Twin Cities, awesome. You had a great trip. Yeah, it was
a good trip.
Good trip. Your favorite part of the show again, as it makes you the most excited in the future of farming. What's your favorite part of the show, as it makes you most excited for the future?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think there was any specific, like, I don't know, the drones was a big one in the past, but...
The drones thing, right, so when we were here, I don't know, about 3 years ago, as much as 2 years ago, I came with my boys and stuff, and the drones were huge. Like, they were everywhere. That's all anybody had. That's all you heard about. They're still big there, but nothing like what it was. Like, that's calmed down a lot. There was not near as many drone trailers and fancy stuff like that there.
I would say maybe 5 booths that had drones. Like, there really wasn't.
Yeah, mostly all in that one room.
Yeah.
And they're all, they're evolving. They're getting better. But as far as future and technology and stuff, like, I don't remember, or I don't know that there was a ton of stuff that I was super blown away at. Like, hey, look at this technology. Some of the new equipment is cool. Deere had their new S7 combines there. They had one of the 9RX 830s, which we've seen that before. It's the first time I've seen one of the S7 800 combines, which was cool, but we got to demo that X9 this year that had a lot of that technology and stuff on it, so I've seen that. So,
One of the cool things that I guess we've seen was the twin baler.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
It's just different, not that...
I think there was actually 2 of them there, but John Deere's kind of working with a company called Twin Pack, and a lot of straw. I think I told the story in the video tomorrow, but anyway, so back when I was in high school, like, we ran 575 New Holland baler, and making small squares, 2-string small squares, the baler was the limiting factor there, right? Like, you had to drive super slow. You had no capacity to really get much done in a day because it just took so much effort to pack that straw into these little bales. And so I had this idea, like, we need to make a baler that can make 2 bales at once. Now, my idea was a twin chambered baler that would split a windrow. Like, you would drive over top of the windrow, it would split it, you'd have a chamber on each side, and you could make 2 bales at once. And that would increase your capacity. That'd be awesome. Well, this Twin Pack company has made one where it makes 2 bales at once, but it actually makes them as one big, long, kind of tall bale, and there's a knife that splits it as it's being packed or after it's packed. I don't know. But it's the first I've seen of this kind of baler, and I hear there's about 3 or 4, maybe 5 different companies that are working on this kind of design. And it was really cool to see. It was just kind of neat. It's something that I had this vision for 20 years ago now, and somebody else has made it happen 20 years later. I'm not taking any credit for it because I never shared that idea, so it's not my idea. But it was something I thought of, and it's cool to see it.
Mojave Valley, Arizona.
Mojave Valley. Oh, the valley.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the valley. Got it. Yeah. Well, that's not close to here.
Not at all. So, did you get the block for the old cage tractor? Well, it's an international
No, I haven't got it back yet. It's
No.
not an international, it's a Farmo.
Farmo.
I need to stop in and see that guy, figure out what's going on. It's been 2 years. I should probably get my engine block back.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Long while.
Yeah, I know. It's just such a low priority project.
That's if there's nothing else in the shop, then
Right. We did get a bunch done to it last year with the transmission or the rear end on it, so now's my chance to work on it again. I suppose we're done with the tractors, but I really want to get the planters to the shop sooner than we did last year, so we're going to start working on that. And then I'm going to get super busy with seed business stuff, and there's a chance before planting we might have an opportunity to do some of that, work on that tractor a little bit, but it's not looking great.
the seed company's going to be taking priority here before long.
Real soon.
Yep. Hi from North Bay, Ontario. 50 centimeters of snow up here.
North Bay, Ontario. That sounds like it's really far north.
Yeah.
But hi.
Russia. It's like from Russia.
Russia?
Yeah.
Or Russia, Ohio. Because there's a
Russia. There's a Russian flag, so I'm guessing it's actually Russia.
Actually in Russia.
Yeah.
Well, welcome.
Rock, did you polish the propane stain off of the forklift? No, I have not yet. I tried to wipe it off with that all-purpose cleaner that we have. It didn't come off that quick, and I was doing something else.
So my polish on.
I'm gonna have to spend some time on it. No, I have not put a scratch on it yet. So, did you talk to Zach?
Talked to Zach briefly. Zach's one of those guys that, here's what we observed, right? So we did spend a fair bit of time watching them in the John Deere booth, them being Zach and the Farm for Profit guys and stuff. Zach was doing these interviews, I think at 10 and 2, both yesterday and today, or 11 and 2, or whatever it was. We kind of watched him, watched the tail end of it. And as soon as he is done, he is like, there's 50 people waiting in line to talk to him. And I'm like, I'm not waiting in line to talk to him. We did eventually get a chance to go up and shake his hand and say hi when there wasn't people there. But like, we did that, we walked away, came back 2 hours later, and there were still people there in line shaking his hand. And like, he was there all day doing that. And that's like, it's really a catch-22, and it's hard because I know he's at that show and he expects that. That's part of the deal when you're the stature that he is on YouTube. And we're not there by any means. We had somewhere between 10 and 20 people come up to us over the last couple of days. It was great. That's awesome. I appreciate that. But man, would it get frustrating trying to see a show like that when you can't even walk down the aisle without people coming up to you and saying hi. So I see that. I understand that to an extent, and so I try not to bother people. It's really hard for me to walk up and be like, oh, fanboy out over it a little bit. But I did say hi, tell him who I was, that I made YouTube videos and that I have stuff on Farm Focused, and that's our connection there. Like, he basically, him and the Farm Focused people really started that thing like that. They were meeting on some other stuff and it was like, hey, I can do this for you. And then over there at Farm Focused, they started that together, and it's grown to what it is. So having that connection was something that we could talk about a little bit.
Bob says that the experts say that there's going to be more corn planted than soybeans, but it looks like you have a lot of soybeans in your warehouse.
I do have a lot of soybeans, but you got to remember soybeans are a bulky seed. A box of beans does not plant anywhere close to as much as a box of corn. So we'll never sell the amount of corn that we do with beans. And it just varies. We're still gonna plant beans. We're a pretty good bean growing area. So,
any cool irrigation stuff at the show?
Well, the 360 guys were there, and they had a few updates and things that we got to look forward to. So that's good. Outside of that, and there was a hard hose traveler or two. That's outdated technology. What else?
Wasn't a lot.
Not a lot of irrigation. I think one of the pivot companies had something there, or maybe I missed them, but nobody had pivots set up really. Might have been one. So not a lot, no.
What's your thoughts on no-till?
I have no problem with no-till. more power to the people that can no-till and that have figured it out and are good at it and have the soils and the environment and the conditions that they can do it and get away with it. I don't think it works great for us, particularly in corn. Like, I can't no-till corn. I am not good enough. I don't have the right whatever. But anytime we have tried no-till in corn, or anytime any of our neighbors have tried no-till in corn, it never looks good. It just really struggles in the spring to get up out of the ground, and it's yellow, it's uneven, it looks like crap. Now, I think you can no-till beans just fine. You've got to find a way to manage the stalks and the residue when you're no-tilling soybeans into corn stalks. So that's a challenge that we're trying to address by running a vertical tillage disc over that ground to knock the stubble down. But yeah, that works. And we no-till all our wheat. So is it long-term permanent no-till? No. But we do no-till some crops.
I guess we added corn outside of the corn belt.
And, for the high corn acres?
Yeah.
Nah, not necessarily. I mean, it could be. I don't know. The planting intentions report doesn't come out till the end of March, so the experts right now are guessing, and they're guessing then too, but at least it's a more official number. Most of that has to do with the markets. Right now, the grain markets are fighting for acres. Who's going to plant? What are we going to plant? Are we going to plant corn or are we going to plant beans? Because we still are in that period where we can change. Like, I could totally right now say I'm not going to plant any corn. The price of corn looks like crap. I can't make any money doing it. The inputs are too high. I'm just going to plant all beans. That's a stupid thing to do, and I would never do that. But I still could. And we tend to be fairly even-keeled and not fluctuate acre mix based on commodity prices, because commodity prices change. They're not going to be at harvest what they are today, and they're not going to be a year from now what they are today, or at harvest probably. And so I don't think that's a great way to decide what you're going to plant. We base it more on the agronomic side of it, and what do we need to do from crop rotation standpoint and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely, there are other people that will fluctuate their crop rotation or mix based on commodity markets, and that's probably where the acres estimates are coming from right now.
Hello from Dallas, Texas.
Hello?
Hello. Hello from Dallas, North Carolina.
Okay.
Hello. John Deere S7.
John Deere S7. It's a combine model. What's this combine series?
Hello from Germany.
Hello?
Hello. John Deere S7 soon.
Probably not. Really nice combines. Not that I don't want one, but we have a pretty set rotation on our combines, and we are not at replacement time on a combine yet. We've run ours for 4 years. Typically, we run one for 7 to 8 years, so we're about halfway through the life of our combine on our farm. That could change, you never know, but that's kind of where we're at right now with it.
Luke here will be running an S7 900 this fall. What
Nice.
are your thoughts on them?
Like you said, nice combines. I've never run a 90, 790, or 690 or anything, but they're basically the same as our 680 and 780, just with a little added horsepower and a bigger clean grain auger, I think. The new technology in these new combines, they get better and better all the time. Like, we got to see that X9 with the predictive ground speed, with the new harvest automation system in it, and it was really nice. It was an awesome combine to run. I think you'll like it.
We did not keep track of the tractor count.
Tractor count?
Yes. We kept track of how many tractors we've seen.
No clue.
A lot. There is a lot of tractors there.
Far more, I don't want to call it short line. They're not short line or third party, but they're, the smaller, lesser known companies. They bring a lot of small stuff. The TYMs and the LS tractors, and the Coyotes and the Mahindras and the Kubotas I would throw into that camp. That kind of stuff. There's just a ton of them down there.
Alex said, "How is everyone? Have an awesome everything. Everyone be
Yep.
safe."
It's Alex. He's my San Diego guy that comments on every video. Hi, Alex.
Gotcha. Hi from the north of Montreal, Canada.
Nice.
Did you buy anything? Did you see any new stuff for the drone system?
There is new stuff for the drones. Absolutely. I saw finally laid eyes on a XAG P150 Pro, which is the one with the 18.5 gallon tank, which is just mind blowing to me. Came out 2 weeks after I bought my T50. Thanks, XAG. I would have looked pretty hard at that one had it been out when I bought mine, but I'm not upset with what I've got. So we've got a huge learning curve coming in this drone thing. There was one of the companies was doing a little tutorial on setup and what you do when you get to the fields, and I watched about 5 minutes of it, not even that, 2 minutes of it, and I'm like, oh crap, we're in way over our heads here. But we'll figure it out. There was a few trailer setups and stuff there. Most of what they're showing off at the show is way more sophisticated than what I would need. We're going to go very cheap and very basic to start off the year, and then we will see how things go from there. So
do them baby steps. We got to get an understanding on the drone itself versus mixing all the chemicals there at the field. If we can do it at home.
Well, I'm not. It's not so much that I don't want to mix stuff in the field. It's just I'm not spending $30 or $40 or $50 or $80,000 on a drone spraying trailer when I'm just doing my own stuff. I can do this way cheaper, way easier, just maybe not quite as efficient. But I am not trying to set myself up to be able to do 400 acres in a day like I have to do it for a commercial purpose to get as much done as possible as quickly as possible. Like that's not the game that I'm in. I am going to do little to no custom spraying with this drone, so it's just for my own stuff right now. If things go really well, maybe we'll expand it from there and do something different, but not year one.
Hey Nate.
Hi.
Yeah, get the Farmall stuff back if they ain't doing anything on it. Probably what is going to end up needing to happen, but
We'll
not
get
really
it.
in a big rush.
We'll get it.
Good afternoon, guys.
I'm only 3 years into my 5-year project, just so you know.
You did say it was going to take you. See us San Diego?
Yeah.
San Diego, California. It's cold and raining here. Okay.
I'm not gonna. You don't get to complain about it.
Yeah, no, it is not. Whatever. I'm not gonna touch it.
We did. One of the people that we met was Michelle Martin, who some of you may recognize as Ag Mag Michelle on Instagram. I know her from, and I think she does a lot of stuff with the Ag Mag and really cool stories and stuff. I think she's got a show on Acres TV. Just a really cool deal. Anyway, she lives down in like as far south Texas as you can get, right? Very Texas. They had a freeze a couple weeks ago, and then she said when she left 2 days ago it was 88 degrees. So, like, yeah, I don't feel bad for you that it froze. You can deal with it.
Thoughts on See and Spray?
Thoughts on See and Spray?
Oh,
See and Spray is cool. It's awesome. Here's the problem. See and Spray is expensive, and maybe it's not super expensive to install it because Deere is doing the subscription thing where you pay by the acre. But do you know what I save with See and Spray? I save glyphosate. Do you know how much glyphosate costs me? Less than the per acre charge to use See and Spray. And I know that's not the environmentally friendly thing to say, right? But I'm pretty sure, I was talking to a buddy of mine who was looking into this. He said that See and Spray, you have to pay like $5 per acre that it doesn't spray. So if you're in a field and you're using their See and Spray system, and you know it's a 100-acre field, but because you're See and Spray, it only sprays say 20 acres of that field. That means on the 80 acres that you didn't spray, you have to pay that $5 per acre subscription, or a subscription charge basically, or licensing charge, whatever. The problem with that is the chemical that I saved on that 80 acres only cost me $2.50 an acre to do it. Like, why would I spend $5 to save $2.50 or even $3? It just doesn't make sense. And so I see very limited fit for See and Spray in our system, in our operation, because with the expensive chemicals, they're residuals. You know, our corn herbicide that we use, you can't not spray that just because there's no weeds growing there. The whole point of it is to spray it when there isn't any weeds, and it keeps the weeds from germinating and from growing. So you have to spray the whole field with that. Seed spray does you no good. Fungicides, you have to spray the whole field. You can't not spray it where there's plants. That's what we're trying to hit, or so that does us no good. Those are the things that are expensive as it gets in the spraying world. So to say that I'm going to cut out my glyphosate application on where I don't need it and save $2 an acre or even $3 an acre on chemical does me no good. Now I know there's guys using Liberty and Enlist, and it would work there, and those are more expensive, but it's not enough. It's not enough to justify the cost and the savings of it. I don't see the fit for it in our system.
What's your thoughts on the 9RX 830?
Awesome tractor.
It's a big one.
It's an expensive tractor.
Yeah, very expensive, very big.
I won't rule out the fact that we could someday have something like that, but it ain't gonna be anytime soon. I can assure you that. It's really cool, especially the fact that they get away from some of the emission standard stuff. Here's the thing, though: we're on the cusp and the precipice of going the other way with the size of equipment. Like the next big tillage tractor that we buy will probably be the biggest tractor that ever comes to our farm. And I say that because we are at the point where we could use more horsepower right now, but the automation and autonomy is going to take over in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years for sure. And so when we replace our 510R, hopefully in the next 1 to 2 to 5 years at the most, we'll need more horsepower. But after that, we'll need multiples of smaller tractors, not more horsepower. And so there's a market for these. They're going to sell a crap ton of them. But I think that the time span on tractors that are 800 horsepower is limited.
Earth moving. I mean,
yeah, the less automatable jobs.
Yeah, it's got a market right now and stuff like that, but I don't know. We do road the tractors quite a bit. I mean, we drive them on the road. How much bigger, heavier?
Yeah, but I don't think that's really a concern. They're not really wider. They're taller. They're longer. I don't know about taller overall, but they're just a bigger framed tractor. But when you get to wider tracks, they're much better on the road than our skinny tracks are on that 8RX. So less of a concern. Yeah.
Hello from Melbourne, Ontario.
Oh, I was gonna say that's in Australia, but okay.
We run an S780 combine as well with an 8-row head. Great combine.
Nice. Yeah.
They're good combines.
It works, doesn't it? Everybody tells me I'm crazy, so you must be too.
Videos are significantly better than Zach's.
I don't know about that. They're different. They're significantly different, and I appreciate it. I'm not downplaying that comment. I know there's a lot of you guys that probably feel that way, but Zach does a great job, and he does really good things for agriculture in general, and he reaches a much broader audience outside of our little echo chamber than what a lot of us do. And so I will never talk bad about the way Zach does stuff. And I know people don't like this sellout aspect of doing ads and stuff, but somebody wants to pay me what they're paying him to do ads, I will do the ads too. So I'm not above it.
Oh, you better have 1,000 people that watch every show, every minute, every video. That 10,000 watch 21 seconds of the video more than the videos. That was a lot.
That was a lot. But okay.
I'm not quite sure what to get there.
Was that Alex?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Alex, sometimes your comments are a little hard to follow. But I know your style, obviously.
How much was a bag of Satita sweet corn? I finally got my 2-row corn planter and I'm just looking for a seed route.
Well, I don't sell the sweet corn. So you can go and buy it from numerous different places. It depends on how much you need. That bag that I bought was a 25,000 kernel bag. That's a lot. It's a big bag. And it is a tribute to, like, it is traded corn and expensive. I think that was like $520 or something for that bag of sweet corn seed. You can buy smaller bags much cheaper. You can buy non-traded conventional sweet corn way cheaper. But I like this stuff. So
like you said, you might not be as big as Zach, but you should be.
Thank you.
chances of trying a strip till for early fertilizer application?
Chances are low. I would love to. We talked about that at the show when we were looking at some strip till bars. Man, I still want to try one of these. I haven't given up on it yet, but I don't know where that opportunity comes from right now. And admittedly, like, I haven't pursued it. I haven't really tried. Like, I drove through one of our local John Deere dealer lots last week, and I'm like, hey, look, they got a Gladiator, what is it? Raptor strip till bar sitting there, and I'm like, oh, I should try that thing. But I never called and asked, say, hey, do you rent this out? I don't know. So buying that spreader kind of overlaps with a strip till bar in the sense that that's how we're applying fertilizer. So if we were using a strip tiller, we would not broadcast the fertilizer on top of the ground. We would band it below the ground. And yeah, so I don't know. I still think it's a good system, but I'm unwilling to make an investment to try it.
They wouldn't know.
Here's the other thing with that, right? What we're doing is working. It's hard to upset a system that's working. Like, we do pretty well with our crops and yields, so it's hard to say we need to make wholesale changes when we're doing okay.
Good. Yeah. They want to know how they can help you through Amazon. They have that link and stuff like that. Can you repost it somewhere?
Yeah, so in the description on every single video I post, there is an Amazon link. It is generally just a Amazon link that takes you to a home page or landing page. But when you click on that link, anything you buy from Amazon within the next 24 hours, they'll pay me their commission or cut on. And if I ship so much revenue in a month, there's bonuses and stuff that I can get. Like, I think if I ship, if I was to have $1,000 worth of shipped merchandise, or maybe it's $950 or something in a month, I get like a $40 bonus. It's not a huge thing. It's enough it's worth having the link there. And when I do have individual products, or some of the cleaning stuff that we've been using, I've been trying to throw those links up there, and I appreciate it when you guys click on those. But yeah, it's not a huge thing. It does help me a little tiny bit, and we're talking like 1 to 3% of whatever you're buying, they might throw my way. So, but yeah, that works whether it's a link to a specific product or just that general Amazon link. Anything you purchase after clicking on that within the next 24 hours, assuming you don't click on somebody else's link, I get a little bit of a cut on. So I appreciate that.
So do you have any say in how many commercials play on your Facebook videos?
YouTube videos?
It says
Facebook. Well, none on Facebook. On YouTube, I can enable or not enable the monetization. But the thing is, YouTube's going to put the ads in it regardless. It's just, do you want me to get paid for them, or do you want them to keep all of the money? That's basically all I'm saying. They made that change a few years ago where even non-monetized videos, they put ads in, and I'm like, that's crap. But yeah, that's their policy. That's how they do things, and I have almost no control over it. There is, I think, a way I can go in on the computer and kind of edit the ad placements. But like, they auto do it, and I do so much content, I don't have time to go on every day and say, this is where I want you to put an ad. If you're seeing way too many, maybe I need to look into that a little bit. I know everybody has their opinions on what's acceptable and what's not, and I get it, they suck, but like, that's how I get supported from doing this. So it kind of is what it is. I hope they're only playing, well, of course, when I post a 45-minute long video like the ones that have been this week, like, I don't think it's unreasonable for you to see 3 to 5 ads throughout that video. It's not different than a TV show you would watch on TV. In fact, it's way less than what you would see on a TV show. So that's kind of my stance on it.
Any new corn planting stuff out there, or just add-ons?
Nothing major new from any of the manufacturers, I don't think. There's always some aftermarket companies coming up with their attachments or whatever thing they can do to make your stuff work better. I do have some stuff we're putting on the planter this year, so you guys will see that here in a couple of weeks. We need to get the corn planter out and look it over and see if there's any updates we need to do. On the old planter and the bean planter, we put those RK closing wheel kits on to take out the slop on the closing wheels. I don't know if the corn planter needs them yet or not. I've kind of been of the opinion that the planter, when we got it, it had 1 year's use on it. All the components were still pretty good shape. Like, I'm not going to take good parts off just to replace them with better parts when it doesn't affect the ability of that planter to plant. Like, you know, closing wheels is one thing because that's actually ground engaging and doing something. Changing the mounting bracket for the gauge wheels or for the closing tails, that doesn't actually impact how it performs as long as they're not wore out. I'm not taking good parts off to put different parts on. So I'm wearing them out. Once they're wore out, then we'll improve it and we'll put a better style on.
Good afternoon. Watching from Beckley, West Virginia.
Nice. It's starting to snow here.
Yeah, it is. Changed pretty quick. Hopefully the 780 doesn't have an auger issue like the 680 did.
I'm about counting on it. I thought it would happen this year. Didn't. So, you know, that's good. But, yeah, I would actually be kind of surprised if we don't have one at some point in the next year or two. That's what it is. It's not that big of a... I mean, it is a big deal, but they're a high wear component on a very in-demand system on a combine that, you know, you gotta have, so...
Alex said, yeah, predicted ground speed.
Yep.
Cameras, also new technology.
Yep.
They're still working out some bugs with that as well. I mean, like they said,
I would have loved to seen it run in beans. I think that's where you're going to see the biggest benefit from it. Corn is a lot different. It's a lot harder to tell. But yeah, it was neat.
Thank you, the Northern Ohio Railroad auction. Thanks for watching. Hello from... oh boy. Yep, nope.
Come on, spit it out.
Chichewa,
Come on.
Chutamoc, Mexico. I like your channel. I watch for a long time now. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
I love it. Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it. Nathan, do you have any nieces or nephews, cousins that have shown any interest in the farm?
So all of my... I have one niece, several nephews. They're all fairly young yet. Like my niece is the oldest, and then Rylan would be the next oldest to the cousin group, my oldest boy. So they're all young enough that they haven't really shown interest. They're not super involved. They love coming out and taking gator rides and stuff like that. But as far as actually working on a farm, I would say unlikely at this point. But we're way far off from ever having that kind of conversation. So no. And then cousins, my direct cousins, I do not have any cousins that are interested. Phil, my Uncle Phil, who works on the farm full time with us every day, he doesn't have any kids, so there's no cousins there. I do have another uncle that's a part owner, but not an active participant on the farm, who has a couple of boys. But they both have other jobs and are not involved in the farm, never really were as kids too much, so other than baling straw in the summer. So no, I don't have any cousins. I'm the only one in my generation that's back on the farm, coming back. And then we'll see when my boys get there, or even my daughter, you know, if they want to have something to do with it, when they make that decision, great. If not, that's okay.
Did you pick up any Valentine's gifts in Kentucky?
No.
No.
Kind of thought about that. Like, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Am I going to get my wife anything? But I don't know.
Boys say hi.
Boys say hi. Carrie?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello. Adam asks, what are the upcoming recipes?
Upcoming recipes. Well, there was a new one today. Did you see it? Yeah, so if you're not aware, we have I've launched a second YouTube channel. It's called Baking Bakers, which is very, very different than what you might expect from a farming channel. And second, you know, it's not a hunting and outdoorsy or a race cars or anything like that. So we went a different direction here. But yeah, Mom and I are doing this together, doing some cooking videos and stuff, and we're going to launch one every Thursday. That was today, so this morning we launched one on a birthday cake. My sister Anna had a birthday a couple of weeks ago, and she was home, and so her and my mom made a birthday cake for her and did the whole decorating thing. It got a little long with some of the cake decorating stuff in there. The actual baking and cooking part of it is the first 15 or 20 minutes of the video that I thought was pretty good. But yeah, guest star with my sister Anna. So go check that one out. I'm not actually in this video this week. And as far as what's coming up, we have a few things already filmed and waiting to go. We've got some more ideas. I don't know if I really want to tease it too much. We're trying to mix it up a little bit and not do all sweets or all, savory main dish kind of stuff. So right now, while we're still getting some content out there, we're kind of alternating these. And so this week was a sweet. Next week we'll do more of a savory kind of main dish. I think it's probably going to be the one that I filmed myself or with me and my boys in my house. So you'll have to wait till next week to see that. And then we'll get back to some sweets after that. I'm waiting for it to warm up so we can get outside and do some stuff on the smoker and, grill and do some more fun stuff. That's what we're looking forward to.
Hello from Mesa, Arizona.
Nice.
When paired. Oh boy.
Come on, Ron. Nope.
Somebody just did a super chat. Just hold on. I think it was something with the electrical herbicide.
Electrical herbicide?
Like using the
zappers?
Yes, the weed zappers. Yeah.
We'll get to that super chat. Just give us a second here. Did you lose it?
We're getting there.
Well, I don't know if that's what you're actually asking.
Right there, I found it.
Oh, okay.
When do you think the computer vision paired with a laser for weed control will be cheaper than herbicide?
Oh. So that's different than the weed zappers. Yeah, I don't know. That technology is cool, but has a very long ways to go yet. Like the speed at which you can do stuff is so slow with these lasers or the electric side of stuff. So I don't know if we're to that point yet. So I honestly don't have a good answer for that. All right, I'm gonna read this super chat here. Dr. Pepper Habit, thank you. Always look forward to the videos. Hey, thank you. Very, very much appreciated.
Absolutely.
And while we're on this donating topic and you guys gave stuff to me, I do want to take another second to thank you, those of you that donated for my kids. Their Kids Heart Challenge for the American Heart Association was supposed to be today, but they didn't have school today, so they postponed it till Tuesday, I think. But you guys, when they asked her if they could make this video and come on and ask for donations, I didn't think they would get what you guys gave them. And, I mean, they both ended up with $700. Thank you so much. That was extremely generous of you, and they're very appreciative. You can go back to wherever you were.
Yeah, I'm right there. Get some hours on the one you got, then update and sell yours and use slightly.
What are we talking about?
It's a drone.
Drone.
Yeah, I mean, the technology on drones, they've been out for, 2-3 years now?
A little more than that, but yeah.
And the ones that are 2 years old are, I don't want to say junk, but they're the technology, the advancements in them is advanced so much that a 2-year-old drone, what's going to happen in 2 years? We don't know.
Get on Facebook Marketplace if you're in an ag world or area or whatever, and search for spray drones and see how many results you get. There are so many 2 to 3 or even 1 year old spray drones for sale right now that people are trying to get really good money out of, and they're not selling because nobody wants to buy a used drone, or at least nobody wants to buy a used drone that's already outdated. And so my opinion on these is that you had better get your investment out of it 100% in the first 2 years, or don't make the investment, because the resale value is going to be, I'll say 0. It's probably not 0, but it's not good, right? What are we doing here, dude?
That was pretty.
Guy was pulled over on the left in the shoulder and then crossed lanes to get in front of me, and crazy. Anyway, I bought this T50 drone fully knowing that before I ever used it, it would be outdated technology, and in 2 years, it will be worth $0. That's just what I expect. I could be wrong on this, but look at the drones that were the popular thing 2 or 3 years ago. 2 years ago, I believe, was the first year for the T40, the DJI T40 drones. They're a dime a dozen right now, well, they're not, but they're for sale everywhere. And you go a year back from that to the T10, the T30s, I think there was a T15, maybe a T20. Nobody's buying that. Nobody wants that. They have no capacity compared to the new ones. So it's changing rapidly. I fully intend to use this one for 2 years. If I can get anything out of it, whether it's a trade-in or just private sale type of thing, and then we upgrade to a new one at that time, great. That's what it's going to have to be.
How's the drive going? Just got here. Sorry.
All right, drive's good.
Yeah, we're
45 minutes or so from home, so
not too bad here. It's cold and rainy. Alex said cold and rainy, 58 degrees, was 39 at 3 a.m. this morning.
yeah, it's still 58 degrees, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. What's this one again? No, give me a second here.
Brock, you're kidding me.
Well, I don't know if I got to the super chat now, and now it's like it just jumped around. Watching from the Isle of Palm, South Carolina.
That's a place.
Yeah. There's a lot of places to watch you.
What is the white circle on my screen for?
I don't know. I don't see it on.
I thought it was on my shirt, and it's not. Anyway.
Seen you boys today at the Underfirth booth.
Nice.
Yeah, we were there for a little bit. Oh, and by the way, if you are at the Underfirth booth and you see the tracks, go take a look at them. They have plastic caps.
That's the J&M booth.
Or sorry. Yeah, it was J&M booth. But still, plastic caps on the tracks.
From the factory.
From the factory. So they must be pretty strong.
Yeah.
And they only had a snap ring or retaining ring keeping them in. So
J&M uses an oil bath on their hubs on their grain cart tracks. Underfirth uses grease fitting, which I assume they still do. I guess that ours is a grease fitting. I don't know. I guess we didn't look at the new one to see if they are still or not. But just a different way of doing it.
Have you thought any more about getting a 12-row this year?
I mean, I think about it every now and then. It's not going to happen.
We just put Nathan just put a lot of money into
The 8-row.
his 8-row. So
12-row cornets are still $150,000. I don't really need one.
yeah. Yep. Alex thinks the big drone's coming. Be looking out for deals.
Maybe.
Marker 286.7. Look right, that's me. 286.
Where are we at?
Yeah,
We're at our
we're
exit.
like
We're at
348. Yeah, we're quite a ways.
We'll clear up the angle.
Oh yeah, almost to Michigan, Michigan, Indiana right there. I know you said that Deere only sells the cross auger and tippy spout.
I did not say they
kit.
only sell them as a package, because that's what that says.
Yeah.
They will sell them independently. They said it's cheaper to buy them together than to do one and then do the other one because they can share controllers or something. I don't know. Or it's, one or the other costs something, and then if you buy them both, it's a better deal than what the individual prices would be. I don't really know. The way I see it, I don't really have a need for either one. It wasn't worth the money. I wasn't going to spend $12,000. I really didn't even want to spend $5,000 on it. So I get it. I know how nice it would be to have those cross auger shutoffs, but I also know the damage to our unloading auger system, like we were talking earlier. It's already done. Like that that gearbox and the splines and the shafts on that system already have a bunch of wear on them from the 4 years that we've run this combine. They're gonna let go at some point here, and we're gonna have to fix them. And putting a cross-auger shutoff on this combine is not gonna save me that repair bill. Putting a cross-auger shutoff kit on a brand new combine that does not have that wear, it's gonna probably protect them and make them components last longer. That's a good thing. So I'll put it on a new combine. I don't need to spend the money twice to put the kit on and then have to fix it anyway. And the other thing is, we don't need it like some other farms do. Like the way that we operate and we run our grain cart and we do stuff, I won't say that it never happens where we shut that unloading auger off full, but it doesn't happen very much. Like, it's rare that we are filling our grain cart clear full to the point where we cannot get the combine empty. And it's rare that we have it, you know, unloading full and we get to the end of the field and have to shut it off. Like, we will stop at the end of the field and let it empty out rather than shut it off just so we can keep moving. And so, yeah, it happens a little bit, but we don't shut it off full of corn or beans or whatever on a regular basis. And that's what causes the most amount of damage or stress and wear on components, is when you start that unloading auger up full of grain. And we don't do that.
Your mom and sister did a super job on the birthday cake.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Go leave that feedback on their video. They'll appreciate it. Anna, I talked to Anna today about stuff, and she's like, I was so nervous. Like, it turned out okay, but she was just like, it's a really hard thing to put yourself out there and on film that first time like that in a featured spot. Like, she's been on my channel enough that she's comfortable with it and stuff, but just not like that. And like I told her, the first one is the hardest. It always is. So, and Mom's doing pretty good. She's getting more comfortable on the camera. We're working on it. But she's really taken some ownership of that project, and that's a good thing.
Carrie asked, how long a drive back was it from Louisville?
It's about a 5-hour drive for us. So we left around 12:30, 1 o'clock-ish, something like that.
Tony Fast running that 100-foot wide drill. I bet he wishes he had 800 plus horsepower.
Yeah, and that's the fit for those tractors. That's what they were designed for, right? Those guys out west with these giant air seeders that need huge hydraulic capacity, that they can run big wide tillage equipment and stuff. And there's more of a fit there. Now I have a neighbor that has one. Like, it's not like they don't fit here. But even in that situation, right? Like, how long, when we have autonomous tractors, are they going to run 100-foot wide air seeders? At what point do they say, give me a 200 horsepower autonomous tractor with a 40-foot or a 30-foot air seeder, and let's run 5 of them instead of one at 100-foot with an 800 horsepower tractor? Like, that makes more sense to me, to go to multiple smaller units.
We want to hear about Brock's secret love life.
There you go, Brock.
Nope. We're just going to skip right over that one.
You read it, so.
You told me I had to read all of
I
them.
know.
Hi from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Hello,
I love your
congrats.
show. Can you tell me where I can get some of your gear?
Yeah, absolutely, I can tell you that. If you go to the Farm Focused link in the description on my videos, that will take you straight there. You can go to farmfocus.com and click on the brands and hit Border View Farms. That will get you to it. Or you can go to borderviewfarms.com and click on the shop tab, and that will get you to it. There's lots of ways to do it. Farm Focused handles all of my merchandise. They do a fantastic job. Their stuff is great quality, and they are very, very good people out there. So very much appreciate it if you support me and support them by picking something up. I went and got some of my own stuff last week there on Tuesday. It finally came, and I got a new hoodie and some t-shirts, and I grabbed some of their stuff as well. So,
would you ever demo a Deutz tractor?
would I ever demo a Deutz tractor? I would. It depends on what it's for, right? So a Deutz tractor to replace my 7520 is a mowing tractor. Put on that the big mower. Yeah, sure, why not? A Deutz tractor to put on my John Deere corn planter to plant corn at 10 miles an hour. That one's gonna be a harder sell. because of the technology integration stuff with John Deere and with their monitor systems. That's something that people don't consider or talk about a lot. But the ability to have a seamless technology and user interface and package from that standpoint on this equipment, it's a big deal. That's a pretty hard thing for a third company to break into here, a second tractor company. Like, even going to a Fendt, like, I really like the looks of the big 2-track Fendt tractors. I think they would be awesome. Can I run Green Star monitor and a John Deere guidance and display on that tractor? I don't know the answer to that. I imagine it can be done. Can it be done easily and seamlessly and with wireless data transfer that's going to get my data to my John Deere account? And like, that all matters to my operation. It might not to everybody's, but to me it does. So I don't know.
Ed says that they run a 12-row on their 670.
Yep.
And keep 2 semis and a 1,000 bushel grain cart busy.
Yeah, you do.
I bet you do.
And do you have 2 semi drivers? Because that makes a difference. If you got 2 truck drivers, you can do that. I don't have 2 truck drivers.
Kenneth says Eagles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Philly.
Yep.
Congrats. I know that a lot of the country. This is probably a bad topic, but I know a lot of the country was like, I'm not watching the Super Bowl because it's the Eagles and the Chiefs, and nobody likes either one, right? I'm a big fan of the Kelsey brothers and the New Heights podcast, and like, I don't know, I like it. I listen to them. I enjoy it. I think they're funny. I think that it's good content. I am also a big Taylor Swift fan, so screw you if you don't like that, but I am. And so, yeah, I have no problem with that. I was kind of pulling for the Chiefs, but I don't care that much. I don't follow a ton of NFL football. I'm actually more of a Packers fan than anything, but I don't care that much.
Cody says John Deere S7. Yeah.
Again, that's a series of combines that John Deere makes. Was that a question mark on that?
Nope.
Good.
If you got a strip till bar, who would run it?
That's the problem. I would have to run it, and that creates another logistical problem because I don't think Dad can or would do it. Which he could go into combine, right? So instead of me running the combine and Dad doing tillage in the fall, it would be Dad combine and I do the tillage. Fine, we can do that. That's no problem. But do it right. Not that Dad can't. Don't take that the wrong way. But like, the auto steer lines have to be right. You have to do it because you have to strip till exactly where you're going to plant. That's the whole point. You plant into the strips. So if your strips aren't in the right spot, then your planter's not going to be in the right spot either. And that's that. There's a whole thing. Like, you've got to get it right. The fertilizer application side of it has to be right. You've got to be able to run the rate controller and the monitor and everything else. And it's not that Dad can't. It's that Dad doesn't want to, and Dad doesn't have to. He doesn't have to learn how to do that. So I would be the one that would have to run it.
Talk with Brian Brown.
Yeah,
Sure did.
Talked to him for a little bit yesterday. Actually had a pretty good conversation with him and his dad there for a while, so it's good.
S7 soon or X9?
Yeah, so not for a while. We're on a pretty set rotation with our combines, trading every 7 or 8 years, and we're about halfway through that life cycle of our 780 right now. So plus it fits us. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, we take good care of it. We fix it up when it needs fixed up, and we don't really need a new combine for any reason. We definitely don't need a capacity upgrade. There is some newer technology out right now, but nothing that I can't live without for a few years.
Any chance of having a Borderview Farms YouTube family night?
A YouTube family night?
That's what it says.
What does that mean? What do you want?
I don't know.
Remember who commented that?
Yep.
Let me.
Jordan.
What are you thinking? Like a live stream with all the family? I can get some of them. I can't get all of them.
They play ads every 3 to 5 minutes.
Play ads every 3 to 5 minutes. That's a little more than I would like, but it's not horrible, guys.
Mm-hmm.
3 to 5 is too. Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah.
You should be getting like 5 to 10 minute ads.
Rain 360 should have paid you to come to the booth this year.
You tell the 360 Rain people that. They are clearly aware of the value that I am providing them. When we walked into that booth, they had been doing some presentations, set schedule. Figures, get close to home, we lose cell signal. Hopefully that doesn't get any worse or we can get it back. But anyway, we were walking around the 360 booth and they were finishing up one of their presentations, and Greg Sauter was sitting at that. He wasn't actually presenting, but he was sitting there watching it, and he saw me and immediately got up and came over and shook my hand, said, hey, you know, he knows who I am. They watched the videos. One of their employees, I don't know what the guy's title is, I'd have to look at his card, but heavily involved in this 360 Rain project and deal. He watches most all of them, so they see everything. They know what I'm saying. They know what I'm talking about. They understand the value. They, in fact, acknowledged and thanked me for it. But it is nice when companies put their money where their mouth is and acknowledge that monetarily. And they did not, we didn't get any deals on this 360 Rain. They did not give me any discounts. They did not give me the machine. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you want to give me another one, 360, right? No, I don't expect that. So and it's fine. I bought it because I believe in it and I wanted one. But given that they know the value that I'm providing, and especially on a new product that they're trying to get the name out there and show people how it works, and that's kind of what I do. There's some value there, guys.
Your ad content is just fine the way it is.
Thank you.
And YouTube Premium is the best money I've ever spent.
Yeah, I probably need to look into that. How much is YouTube Premium? Do you have YouTube Premium?
I do not. I am too cheap to get YouTube Premium. Yeah. My planner is 60 plus years old.
Keep it up. They work just fine.
If you maintain them and keep them in good shape, then yeah.
But I bet it's not 60 foot wide and it doesn't plant 10 miles an hour.
You just had to say it, huh?
Well, no, but that's my justification for buying a newer planner for us. Like, it fits for some people to have a planner that's 60 years old and well maintained, and they know what they've got and they know how it works and everything. But it doesn't allow me to advance in the efficiency department like I needed to, and so that's why we've got what we got.
Fertilizer shed any closer? Still thinking.
We're really struggling to figure out how to do a fertilizer shed. I really want to build a K building that's like my seed warehouse and the barn we've got in the back, because I just think that the design of it would be perfect. But almost everybody I talk to tells me that don't build steel for a fertilizer building. Like, that's stupid. Don't put steel in a fertilizer building. And I'm having a hard time finding somebody to do a wood frame building or a post building that wants to do it. And I'm really struggling with that right now. I talked to a couple of builders at the Fort Wayne Farm Show. One of them followed up with me once or twice and said they would again, and I've never heard from them again. The other guys never followed up with me. And so, I don't really know anybody local that just builds barns, from the local lumberyard kind of thing. I suppose they're around, but I don't know who to call on that. So I don't know. How bad of an idea is a steel frame with wood purlins and a fertilizer barn? Is that the dumbest thing I could possibly do? Is it going to rust out in 10 years? I don't want that. But it's only going to have fertilizer in it for 3 or 4 months a year. It's not like we're storing it year round. It's going to be piled to the ceiling. We're going to put a concrete wall in that's never going to come in direct contact with the steel. I don't know. We're no closer. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But we're still trying to figure it out.
Looks like you're driving in Europe right-hand drive.
Yeah, flip the camera.
Yep. Drive safe back to your house. Okay.
Thank you.
Keep trying. Howdy, Nathan. You have quite the scar from the ski accident.
Oh.
Good thing the chicks dig scars.
Yeah, it's a pretty good scar at the moment. You can still see all the holes from the stitches.
Yeah.
I can't show it real well, but it's there. I'll show you another video sometime.
I look forward to your video every morning.
Thank you. Good.
Safe travels. Love the bacon bakers.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate you guys checking that out for me.
Hello from Reykjavik, Iceland.
It's yeah. Pretty sure that's the capital of Iceland.
Watched it. Was a great video. They did an awesome job using bacon bakers.
Oh yeah, cool. Good. We'll get better on the production value of that. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. I feel like my audio quality is not great, and I've got a shotgun mic. Like, it's supposed to be a good microphone, but I'm wondering if I need to get some lapel mics or something for that. Try and do a better job there. We'll get there. I'm trying. I had some close-ups of the actual, action and the mixers and stuff like that in this video that we hadn't been doing. And it's a balance. I'm trying to balance on the editing side of it. Do you want to see people's faces when they're talking, or do you want to see what they're doing in their hands and the food? I don't know. So I'm doing some of both, and we got to figure that balance out.
Jeremy said he used YouTube Premium for the free 3 months and then couldn't live without it.
So that'll happen.
Yep, they'll get you.
That's how they get you.
Yep. I like the garlic breadsticks. Those are really good.
Did you make them? Nice.
Arthur.
Cool.
Howdy.
They were pretty good. I will be honest here, guys. Not all of the recipes that we're gonna do are my favorite. Like, I'm a little picky. Those breadsticks were good. The Buckeyes are fantastic. I can do Buckeyes. Really good at that. The cake with the sour cream in it, yeah, I don't know about this one. It wasn't my favorite. I would have just used a regular box mix, but my mom was like, we can't just make a box mix cake for a YouTube video. I'm like, sure we can. Absolutely we can. But that's fine. You guys do it how you want to do it. And it does. It changes the texture and the flavor, and it's fine. Some people like that. It's not really my thing. It was fine. I ate it. I just would have preferred not having sour cream in the cake mix.
That is...
It's a weird one. It's a weird one. Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
Steven just joined the live stream. He was late.
Sorry, man.
Yeah. Thanks for at least showing up.
We're gonna have to end it soon because we're 20 minutes from home, 25. So in the next 10 to 15 minutes, we're probably gonna cut you out.
Yep. Waiting for that new 20-inch 60-foot beam planter.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Do you know how much a new 20-inch 60-foot beam planter costs? A new one? I don't either, but I do know that it's probably pushing $600,000 for a planter. Or more, depending on options. There are a couple of used ones around for reasonable money that I'm like, we should go buy that. But the approach that we're taking right now, so whether this is the smart thing to do or not, but we pay a lot of bills throughout the fall and the winter inputs for next year. Like in the fall, we got to pay our seed bills. We're paying a lot of land rent, finishing that up for last year. Now we've got some land rent coming up for spring payments for next year. We bought all of our chemicals here a few months ago, or a few weeks ago. Right now we're working on spring fertilizer, liquid fertilizer stuff, starter and 28, some of that kind of stuff. And so we're getting through all of those bills. We had to pay all the freaking real estate taxes, which are outrageous. But anyway, it kind of, we're selling grain. We're paying for all of this stuff as we go by selling the grain that's in the bin, trying not to borrow any more operating money than absolutely necessary. And then, we should get Callie's. Oh, dang.
It's a good idea.
It is, but we're not going to do it. Oh, wait. Oh, no, they're open today. Dang. So if any of you are ever in the Eden, Ohio area or in my neck of the woods, there is a new barbecue place on M49 right at the Turnpike exit called Callie's Smokehouse. Oh, it's right there, and I'm like, we're driving by, we should stop and get some, but we're talking to you guys, so we won't. It's really top-notch barbecue. Like, if you're ever here, it is worth the drive and worth the trip. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Planter.
Planter stuff. What about the planter? Oh yeah, the bean planter. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was saying, but anyway, yeah, bean planter. It's on the list. Oh yeah, equipment upgrades. That's what it was. So we're kind of getting through the inputs and bills that we know we have to pay, and then we're still got a bunch of grain in the bins. We still got a bunch of corn. We got some beans. We got some wheat yet, and we'll keep cashing that out. And eventually the checkbook balance will grow, and then we'll be like, hey, we have some money. We should go buy something. Whether that's March or more likely June or August, I don't know. There'll be something coming sometime. I don't know if it's a planner, but there'll be some equipment upgrade coming at some point. I don't know when, I don't know what. I don't know how much. But that's kind of the approach we're taking right now, is let's just wait until we get all this grain cashed out and see where we're at.
How's the newer job, Brock? Still liking it? Yeah, I really like it. It's a change of pace. The job I'm at now has fire and EMS involved in it, where before it was strictly EMS only. So it's different, but the people I'm with it's a good group of people, family.
If we weren't live streaming on my phone, I would show you Brock's new theme song.
Oh no!
But we're live streaming on my phone.
No
I
way.
can't pull it up. I'll put it in one of the next YouTube videos, and then I'll
You
get
gotta
copyrighted, and then I
explain
will.
Or explain it.
Oh, okay, fine, I will. It's
Yeah.
Brock's theme song. I'll show it to you.
No.
Brock's
okay.
a firefighter.
Uh,
That's an inside joke. Someday I'll explain it to you guys.
You know the boys are gonna rig a 2-seat harness on your drone and be flying it over
Yeah.
the farm.
When we were discussing things with somebody last night. Where was that? Oh yeah, that was at dinner. No, I don't remember when that was. Anyway, we heard some stories of people buying drones on the way back. It was at the hotel after. We were well into it at that point. Some guy doing some spraying that was. Oh no. Well, anyway, somebody got picked up and dropped into a pond, and they may or may not have crashed the drone doing it. That's a bad deal. Don't do that. Don't do that with a $40,000 drone.
That's a expensive. Let's just leave it at that. It's expensive.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. You guys ever check out the little guys?
What little guys? You mean like smaller YouTube channels?
Well, must be.
I am a little guy. Thank you. I do. Like, I can only watch so many YouTube channels. But I generally do when somebody says, hey, go check out my page. I go and look at it. And I watch a video or two. And sometimes that's it. But I do check them out. We met somebody from up in northern Minnesota that watches my videos. And he's got a YouTube channel. He's got 11,000 subscribers or so. I can't remember what the channel's called right off the top of my head. I do have his card somewhere. He wrote on it. It's in my bag. I'll plug his channel. Hogan Farms?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Good group of people.
Hogan Family Farms. The QR code takes you to my Facebook page or website. But that guy, go check him out. He was a good guy to talk to. I subscribed to his channel, but I haven't watched any video. I haven't had a chance yet. So, anyway, they were great people to talk to.
Yep. Am I expanding my alfalfa business this year? No.
You up to 6 acres yet?
No. No interest in expanding. I don't know. It's just a hobby, and it's getting to the point where it's almost not even worth.
Not worth. Juice isn't worth the squeeze.
That's right. It's not worth messing with it. You know, my time spent somewhere else can be more valuable, or even just not doing anything. Just relaxing. Yeah. If you are making Brock read comments, hopefully he's getting paid. Nathan paid for enough on this trip. I just honored that he asked me to go with him. That's probably because nobody else at the farm possibly wanted to, or
that is why.
It is.
It's because I had nobody else.
Yeah.
But no, it's Brock's on this channel more than anybody else other than me, right? And so for that side of stuff and the networking side, like, he's the logical person to take with me and see this stuff. And I do pay Brock for working at the farm. He gets a paycheck semi-regularly when I don't forget. I probably don't pay him enough for the video side of stuff.
You have paid me for the videos.
I have given him some for that too.
That's not necessary. I didn't come.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Have a safe trip home.
He drinks a lot of my Dr. Peppers.
Yeah, it comes in waves. I do. Yeah. I do drink a lot of Dr. Pepper. Any big Mark projects in progress?
So Dad's been clearing a bunch of trees off on the one farm. Anytime it's frozen enough for him to get back there. I kind of showed it one day. We'll have to get back there again sometime and see how he's doing with it. He's had some woodworking projects he's been doing in his house that I don't know how much he appreciates me showing off his woodworking projects, but it's really cool, and I am going to show you at some point whether he approves or not. But he built some doors. He's been building doors for his basement. He's got a mechanical closet, utility room type of thing that was open, and he wanted to build some doors for it, and so he's finally gotten that done. Barn doors, so they're sliding barn doors, and he built the doors, he built the hardware, he built the track, he built the trim, he's done it all, and they're beautiful. He does a great job with it. But he likes to work alone by himself and not have me stick a camera in his face.
Get the truck sold?
I have not sold the truck yet. I had somebody come and look at it the other night. They seemed fairly interested, but it sounded like they were looking at other ones as well, and they haven't called me in 2 days, so I don't know. I know I'm probably a touch high priced on it. I told them I was open to, make me an offer, but it is what it is. I want to sell that truck. I don't have to sell that truck, so I'm not going to just give it away. But yeah, whatever. It is what it is.
Enjoy that little break and find some stuff to upgrade on your equipment.
Yeah.
Best regards from Paraguay, South America.
Nice. That's it.
That's
a place in South America.
But is that how you say
Paraguay,
it? Yeah. Okay. How long is?
Somebody say it. I don't know if it's a they say it.
Yeah, like Louisville.
Or Louisville,
yeah.
or Louisville, or Louisville.
Doesn't wait.
Louisville, that's what I call it.
Yep.
But I'm from the north, so.
How long is the video?
I haven't edited tomorrow's video from the farm show. Guys, I'm really, really bad at farm shows. I know that it's mostly hey, we're at the farm show. Hey, look, there's that over there. Oh, look, there's something. Hey, that's kind of cool. Look at this cool thing. That's all it is. It's not a good video, but we'll put it together. I'm guessing it's 20-ish minutes. I don't really know. I filmed very, very little today. Most of it's from yesterday. I forget. And I hate the idea of walking around with a camera in people's faces, whether they're people that I'm actually talking to or just the people walking by trying to mind their own dang business that don't want to be on somebody else's YouTube channel. But you are at a public farm show where there are people filming, so it's a balance, right? I bet I make some cameos in some other people's videos because I saw some people walking by with cameras up. So if you guys see me in anybody else's video, make sure you tag Border View Farms in it.
Somebody says you can definitely run the Fendt 2 tracks with rear monitors.
Okay.
I guess Mike, the Canadian YouTuber, did it. I'm guessing
Mike
it's
Mitchell.
Yeah. Which he did have quite a few, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Stan Brown is also a Packers fan.
Cool. Go back.
Mike Mitchell converts all of his tractors to GPS. It can be done. It's just how hard.
The question is how integrated can you make it? How seamless is it? How expensive is it? How, and
That's one thing.
Yeah, like I said, that's a barrier to owning something like that, but I'm not totally against it. That said, I still really like my John Deere dealer, guys. Like, they're the reason that we buy John Deere equipment still. They're a big part of the reason. They're good. I've never had that kind of experience with any other competitive dealer. Now, the AGCO dealer is not the same anymore. And it's been a long time since I've really given them a shot. So maybe I need to do that again. But they also don't make much of an effort to come and see me. And they are welcome to do so.
Sorry, I missed something. What was it that your dad could not do?
It's not that he can't, but like we were talking about strip till and running a strip till bar in the fall and stuff, and the making sure that you're putting that strip till bar exactly where you want your corn rows and keeping everything lined up and running the rate controllers for the fertilizer and all of that kind of stuff. It's not that he can't. It's just that he doesn't have to. He doesn't want to have to mess with that kind of stuff, and he's not. I'm pickier than he is. Like I will pay much more attention to the fine details and making sure that things are perfect. Dad will just get in and go. And while that's fine, I'm the one that's going to have to plant the corn in the spring, and I don't want to have to mess with things not being perfect. Right? So anyway, how far from live are we? You gotta hurry up.
Yeah, we need a wall.
Rapid fire here.
Sounds like somebody needs a 12-row corn head. We need to spend that money.
Yeah.
We can't get to
I won't say no, but we're not. It's not the top of the priority list.
Would you ever consider a DB 120 48 row?
No.
No.
Can't get into my fields.
YouTube Premium is $14 a month.
Oh.
That hits.
I don't know if I can pay $14 a month. I was thinking like $3.
Yeah, $14 every 3-4 months. Could build a storage shed like Brian Brown has for fertilizer.
Yeah, we talked about a hoop barn. That's been brought up. It doesn't really fit the space where we want to put this very well. We want to do something like 40 by 60 open on a 60-foot side, and you can't do that with a hoop barn. So we haven't ruled it out entirely yet, but I don't know if it's going to fit what we want.
Lakes will be great. I don't know.
Keep going.
Yep. Are you watching the NASCAR races, duels races tonight on Fox?
Probably not.
I'll probably try. I don't know if I get it on my TV. I'm probably bored tonight.
It's on Fox. They might have some special things. So I'll try and watch the Daytona 500. I think that's Sunday. Sunday's my son's birthday though, so I don't know what we got going on with that. I used to watch quite a bit of NASCAR. I don't much anymore. I catch a race or two. NASCAR is great on a Sunday afternoon when I got nothing going on. I turn it on, I watch a few laps, I take a nap, I wake up and watch the end when the announcers start getting really excited. It's fantastic.
That's great. Yes. Are there any Amish that can build a fertilizer barn?
Probably. We have Amish in the area. I don't know if Dad's real thrilled about that idea. But I did get a phone number from one of my fertilizer retailers or salespeople that like, hey, I have this guy that's kind of Amish, but not really Amish, or used to be Amish, or I'm not sure if he's Amish or not. And so I might have to give that guy a call.
Brock is the best farmhand around on YouTube. I'm not biased or anything, but I'd probably have to agree with you there.
There are some really good ones, and I'm not cutting Brock down.
No, there are.
But Larson's have some really good farm hands. Even guys that aren't on TV, aren't on channels as much. You know, Zach's got some good ones. Brian's got some decent people. There's a lot of really good people out there.
I don't have the mechanical background that a lot of these other people do.
Brock came in, he's been here for 4 years now or so, but he came in without much experience.
Yeah. Everything I
a lot to learn.
know, especially about anything, is taught here. And teaching takes time. And patience. Lots of patience. What's your plan for a truck for the seed business this year?
Yeah, haven't talked about that a lot, but I was kind of sort of looking at buying one, and then I thought I just can't justify it when I can rent one so much cheaper. So I had talked to some rental places about it, and kind of sort of had some stuff lined up, not really. And then they were like, well, we can't get you a single rear wheel, we can only get you dualies. I'm like, well, I don't want a dually. And so I'm like, okay. And then I hadn't seen my buddy that I used his last year for a while. I ended up seeing him a couple weeks ago and did not bring it up. He brought it up to me. He's like, oh, you're about to get busy with seed stuff again, aren't you? I'm like, yeah, I'm about to crank up big time here in another month or two. And he's like, you want to use my truck again? Are you offering? Yes, I do. So we're planning on using the same truck we used last year. He's super, super generous for letting me do that. I was not going to ask him, but he offered, so I'm gonna take it.
How does someone get in touch with you about buying seed? I've watched you for years, and small farm.
Happy to talk to you about it, especially if you're reasonably close. You can send me an email. You can go to my seed business website, xlseeds.com, and find my contact information there to get a hold of me if you want to. But yeah, any number of email addresses or social media messaging accounts, give me your name, location, kind of what you're looking for, and we'll talk.
Is your P.O. Box address still valid?
It is. I don't live in Pioneer anymore, but I have kept that P.O. Box so that you guys can keep sending me stuff. I check it. I don't check it regularly, but once every week or two, I try and get in there and grab stuff out of it. So.
Adam Leak, super chat.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
just that. Okay.
Got around. Thanks for the video.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Adam.
Appreciate it.
Are there any major updates and changes for the planner?
Nothing major. A few little tweaks. We're adding a couple of things to make it do a little bit better job on some stuff, but yeah, nothing too major.
We said Fusion Rue, Minnesota is where that farm is from or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, northern Minnesota.
Yeah.
Hey guys, see that? That's one of our fields. That's how close to home we are. We've made it.
Yep. I watch Huggin Family Farms. They have a great operation.
Good.
Seem like good people.
He's a good guy to talk to.
Can't wait to sit down and actually watch some of their videos, see what they're all about.
So he puts out one video a week on Sundays, and then he's doing some feature stuff, or he'll throw a second one in once in a while or something.
Yeah.
Maybe he was going to. He hasn't done it yet.
Yep.
Spilling the beans for him. Sorry.
Plugged his video.
We did. I hope he plugs my videos.
Yeah. Kind of courtesy, isn't it? I mentioned Border View Farms often.
Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I gotta figure out how to pronounce that correctly. Hagen? Haugen? Yeah, exactly.
Haugen Family Farms.
Haugen Family Farms is great. They race snowmobiles on the YouTube page.
Yes. Well, they're up north. They have snow.
Yeah. Really enjoyed this video.
There's our new farm that we tiled last fall.
It's a little rough.
It's very rough. We haven't worked the tile lines down. Keep going. We gotta go.
He's Amish. LOL. Don't get that.
He's Amish.
I wonder if that's all it says.
Okay.
I'm like 45 minutes to an hour from Waldron, Joe Fall.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's reasonable. Which direction?
Give a town.
Because I'm going north into Michigan a lot. That much delivering the seed is why I asked. If you're that much south of me, it's not a problem. But I don't get that way as often for seed business stuff. So
plenty close enough, Joe. Yeah, it is plenty close enough.
Yep,
like Nathan
absolutely.
said. Which way? Give a town.
I had a guy that was an hour and a half away last year that I sold to personally, and I had guys that were over 2 hours away that I delivered seed to for the warehouse side of it. So if you're within that radius, I'm happy to talk to you.
Thank you. Great video. Watch them all. Thank you. Will you like the guys from way north of Minnesota are crazy? You will like the guys from north of Minnesota are crazy. Yeah. What up with the weird commenter on yesterday's video?
You mean the negative guy that comments on most of my videos? I don't know. It happens. I don't care.
Oh, Joe's from Dundee.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's. How do you, as a YouTuber, create content and not get YouTube Premium for free?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that earlier when we were talking. But if you all you had to do was have a YouTube channel, then it would be pretty easy to not have to pay for
YouTube Premium.
Yeah, so you have to have some kind of quantification in there. I suppose YouTube pays me more than $14 a month. I can just pay for it, but I'm cheap.
Yep.
Okay, we got 2 miles left, Brock. You got to hurry up.
We're down to the end. Like we're just filling the rest.
Okay.
Maybe you've talked about it on this video, but how do you think the joystick on the 8RX?
Now that I know how to run it and stuff, I love it. How do you feel about it?
The whole hydraulics and stuff like that, I use them a lot with the grain car because every time you leave the truck, that spout goes down. You do not want to hit. So,
do you use the buttons on the joystick? You don't.
Every once in a while, I'll try if I get comfortable and stuff like that, but I still use the armrest. I use
the buttons on the joystick exclusively, but I run that for the planner all the time, and that's where I'm used to doing it, so it makes sense to me. I do. I love it. I think it's awesome.
I'm going to try more this year to do that. When I did get it figured out and set to where I wanted them, or Nathan, I don't know.
Don't be screwing with my controls.
I feel like you run them backwards to what I would prefer, and I don't know.
All right.
Whatever. Please like and share, subscribe. Nathan deserves to break 100,000 subscribers.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Green Mark is great.
Green Mark is very good.
Good service, good people. Seed in Ann Arbor, question mark?
I deliver seed in Ann Arbor. I will do it.
Absolutely. Until next time, have an awesome everything. That's Alex again.
You do have to go to Ann Arbor, though. It's a thing.
It's a thing.
But yeah, I do take seed. Actually, up north of Ann Arbor, I have a couple of guys that I have to deliver to. So.
Alrighty, that is
thanks, guys.
The end of it.
Appreciate you tuning in, watching this one. There will be the farm show video out tomorrow, and then I am back to work in the shop tomorrow. I don't know what we're doing. We got to get that 8RX out of there. It is so pretty. I can't wait to go and look at this tractor again.
It's gonna be nice.
Just to look at it. But we'll find something else to get in there. We might bring the planter in. Probably won't do that until at least next week, maybe a week after. I don't know. But it's coming quick. And yeah, all's good. So thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Appreciate you tuning in.